What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. We talk about injuries all the time. So I wanted to talk about an injury update on a star player for the Clippers that we all know. That's been out for a while. Norman Powell, definitely one of the key players to what the Clippers are trying to do in regards to, winning. Having this type of player on there can definitely help them do that, because he's definitely won a championship before with Kawhi Leonard, actually, on the Toronto Raptors. And Norman Powell is definitely a valuable piece type guy who can, a valuable piece to a team, and a guy who can do things on both ends of the court. And he's a very good, solid role player. And, he definitely, has a lot of potential to be even better than what he has been in the NBA so far, which has been pretty good. He's definitely been a really good a player in addition to a team. He definitely has high basketball IQ. I definitely love the way, I love his game. I love the way he plays. And he's definitely, he can score. He really is. He can score the basketball at a high clip, So the Clippers definitely will value him, and he'll definitely give the Clippers so much value when he's back on the court. And so here lately, we heard not too long ago that he's out of the walking boot and moving around. As of yesterday, I believe, he was, there's a video surfacing out where he's taking some shots, just, shooting the basketball, getting in his rhythm, things like that. Now, as far as, him taking contact, Ty Lue says he's not exactly there as far as playing any contact, playing with any contact right now, but he's definitely close to getting back to his old self. And it's always good news taking that walking boot off, because now you feel a little bit more mobile. You feel like you're a little bit more accessible to do more things, and the walking boot definitely helps when you're out of that. So him getting out of the walking boot, I think last week, was a big thing. And the return for him, he's definitely looking to, from what I'm reading, he's definitely looking to return as quickly as possible, possibly before the season is out. But he just gonna wait and see, and let everybody wait and see exactly when the return is. He's not going to give no official date or anything like that, because you don't want to put a timetable on things like that, because it could be this week, next week, you never know specifically. So you don't want to put a timetable on things like that. You want to just kind of go with the motions and play through it, and play just play as much as you can, and get your timing and everything back and all that stuff. That's what it's all about, what I'm saying? So playing in practice, getting some shots up, getting his mobility back a little bit. Then, maybe within a few days to a week, maybe he'll start some physical, contact basketball. That's when you're really, really, really close to your destination of returning. And that'll be good for the Clippers, because like I said, I think he is one of those type players that can give the Clippers not only a third or fourth scorer, because I think their third scorer is Reggie Jackson, of course, but he can give them that scoring ability off the bench, and he can come in and really put up some good numbers. I mean, just as he did in Toronto, he would basically have the same role as he had in Toronto. He came off the bench at times, and he really came in there and he lit it up. What I'm saying? He put up big numbers at times. What I'm saying? There's times where he hit big shots and kept team in games and helped them. He was a big part of the reason why Toronto won that championship too. Not a lot of people talk about him in regards to what he did, but he played a lot of good defense, caused turnovers. He hit a lot of big threes to keep the games close when, Kyle Lowry and, Kawhi was a little bit off. He definitely helped shoulder some load along with Siakam and definitely Van Vliet, of course, but still, he definitely was a key contributor to, a lot of their success, that season and in the playoffs, so I definitely like his game, and I definitely think he'll serve well for the Clippers, and I definitely believe they believe that too, which is the reason why they went out and got him, with the addition of Robert Covington, who is an excellent defender, by the way, and who can knock down a three himself. The Clippers will definitely be a dangerous team, whether they whether they go into the playoffs with Kawhi and PG at 100%, Because hypothetically, let's say they go into the playoffs and Kawhi and PG come back, but they're not quite, themselves offensively and all that, which you have to expect, what I'm saying, because they haven't played in a while. But with the defense that they have in regards to how their players play defensively, adding somebody like Norman Powell, let's say he comes back around playoff time with Robert Covington, their perimeter defense would be unreal. It really would, because Kawhi, PG, they're the best probably perimeter defenders in the league. Kawhi is the best two-way player in the league, no doubt about that. And then on top of that, you add Norman Powell and Robert Covington, guarding the perimeter. And then you got Zoo, and you got Zoo in the paint, holding it down, stuff like that defensively. I mean, they're going to be a juggernaut. They really are. And like I said, then they could rotate and switch out and still got other defensive players like Marcus Morris, players like that. Hey, Nicholas Batum, you see what I'm saying? Like their defense is going to be somewhat like staggering for teams. They might not even have to score that many points with all the defensive talent they got now, because they're better defensively now with Norman Powell and Covington than they were before they had him, of course. So, Norman Powell is a big key contributor. And when we saw him come out and drop the 28 points in his debut, that definitely let everybody know that, he's for real. If people didn't know, I knew he was for real. I knew he was a good player, a star player when he was, on the Toronto Raptors. I seen him play a lot of good games, hit a lot of big shots, and, come through when they needed him to. I've seen games where, they were down and he would come in off the bench and give them a quick 10, 12 points. Now all of a sudden the game is tied going into like the fourth quarter of a game, and then Kawhi and them takes over and the game is history. See, I've seen him do things like that. So I believe he'll do the same exact things for the Clippers. So I'm definitely anticipating seeing him with Kawhi and PG, because with his addition and his basketball IQ, that's definitely going to make them even more of a dangerous team, because he's definitely a knockdown shooter, definitely can, hit big shots, and he definitely causes a lot of turnovers, and he's very underrated for that, because he's not afraid to stick his hand in there and, go for the steal. He's aggressive on defense a lot, what I'm saying? He tries not to be too overly aggressive, but he is aggressive at times on defense, which is good, because, aggressiveness can, definitely, get under the skin of another player sometime and throw their game off. And, he does it quietly. He's not a rah-rah guy like Patrick Beverley. He's almost, he plays defense, but he plays it more on the quiet role, which is good, because like I said, less technical fouls, less, everything. You just go out there and play your game at a high level, and you can knock down shots at a high level. You're definitely valuable for any team. And he's a good locker room guy too. And that definitely makes, things a lot, better as well, because they added two players who will come in and fit right in, I think, and will fit in well. And what we saw from Norman Powell, he'll fit in. He fits in just fine, along with Robert Covington. So, I definitely would like to see him out there with, the two star players, and with the rest of the roster they have. They're really going to be a tough out if they're definitely healthy. So I definitely can't wait to see that. But he's definitely out of the boot. Norman Powell's definitely walking around shooting now. And I suspect in a few days to like maybe a week, he'll be, taking some contact drills, with the guys and stuff like that. Once his foot, feels a little bit better. Because if it's to the point now where he's shooting around and kind of moving a little bit, getting his mobility back some, things like that, it's definitely, getting closer to that destination for him. And I know he's definitely happy to, for that to be happening. So, because, you definitely want to be ready and healthy for the playoff, because, you want to give it all you got, and you want to be out there with your guys, whether you're hurt or not. You still want to be out there with your guys and try to play through it if you could, if it's not too severe of an injury, because, you definitely don't want to see your team go out in a play-in tournament or a playoff and you couldn't help. So I definitely know he's excited. I definitely know Clippers Nation is excited for that, for him to, he's definitely going to return, I believe, along with Kawhi and PG. It's a lot to be excited for. Just got to see, it play out the way it's supposed to, and hopefully it plays out the way it's supposed to. So, the Clippers can make this run in the championship and, silence all their doubters, because that's exactly what, I'm pretty sure they would love to do. And that's what they're craving. They're craving to silence all their doubters and, put everything to rest. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully they can get their stars back, and, Norman Powell and everybody can stay healthy, and hopefully this is the year that they can, at least get to a finals, and we could see them there, and and see what happens once they get there. I believe they could win it, of course, if everybody's healthy. But of course, nothing's no guarantee. But at the same time, I definitely like their chances. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section as always. And hey, Cali out.